and welcome to Content Content, the esports video content video podcast. Today, like most days, we're going to talk about esports video content. We have a couple topics we're going to touch on: Cloud9, 100 Thieves, but for the most part, just normal, watching some content. So, welcome everybody, and let's get right into it. It looks like we got a Fnatic video, Brolin and his girlfriend. Looks like they're doing a some sort of CS movement challenge. Interesting that they don't use the word challenge in this. This is to his girlfriend and rage quits. Dinks and jiggles. Okay. Fnatic European CSGO team, Brolin, one of their players.
Jennifer went through this on her first try. Oh my god! No way! No way! No! What?
Is this purposely ironic? This is not good.
Are you ready? Brolin, are you
This is neat though. I like this.
ready?
Except for the glow is kind of weird, right? That doesn't look very good.
Yeah, let's go.
Zetra, and you were ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Zetra and Brolin. Let's go. As we see Zetra taking the lead. But Brolin is straight after. Zetra still in the lead on the big red ball.
All right, so they've got. Let's,
Don't say it.
Zetra. Oh!
so they've got both the competitors on camera. They also have like an announcer guy on camera. I'm not sure who this is. That's sort of, I guess, giving the play-by-play. This is sort of a weird. I haven't seen anything like this before, like this exact sort of setup. So it's kind of interesting.
That's so close from Brolin as he actually. Oh! Brolin takes the lead, and Zetra falls down.
Oh.
Here we go.
Maybe
Brolin
17
starts
minutes.
going. Oh, Brolin dies as well. Suddenly, Zetra in the lead here. Brolin respawns, but Zetra has to wait for the platform.
So he's seemingly also controlling the view that we're seeing, which I guess makes it easier for editing probably instead of going through all the different views.
Okay. Zetra just waiting.
Ludwig.
Once again, Brolin's dead. As Zetra takes a huge lead here. Zetra takes a lead, jumps. Oh, nice one. Let me see how Ludwig is doing here. He's going through the first part. Jennifer.
All right. I think we get the gist of this.
Have you made it this far yet, Brolin? And he's off! He miscalculates it. And ladies and gentlemen, Zetra
Can I go?
actually wins it. Oh my god. Zetra, I want to know your thoughts right now.
Oh, so this was live, and this is like a stream highlight sort of deal. Okay. That makes this make more sense as to why this guy's here in the first place and why they're using his view. All right, interesting idea for content for sure. Having the announcer there that also acts as the observer is a good idea. Learning more about Brolin as a person involving his girlfriend, that's cool. Yeah, I think it's good broadcast content. What the hell am I looking at? Is this a highlight video? Their highlight videos are really memey, so it might just be a highlight video. Oh, this is G2 European League of Legends.
Hey! FPX dominated. Fuck. I am the caster.
Nope. Absolutely set up in terms of their kits to just force these dives out, but now Wonder getting aggressive onto Ottawamne. He's reduced that healing. Ottawamne flashing out to save.
Maps looking to flank over the side here. How crazy is he gonna be?
If he can take down Lorax here, it's gonna be massive. Oh! No! No! That was bad League League of Legends. That should not have worked. Wonder and Caps are both on the flank. Neon is a man that needs to be protected because he is just so immobile. But now here comes the Echo. He's going to be doing so much damage. He snaps right back. Wonder in the midst of everything is going to try to dash to safety, but he just gets put into the meat grinder. Yanko's still trying to finish off Neon. Neon's still alive. That's the power of Yuumi. The extra movement's been taking him away, but now Caps on the hunt. They want to finish him, and they take him down before the all comes out. Dreams left all on his lonely, and it's just...
All right, so just sort of a meme intro to a highlights video. These videos are usually pretty good. I like how they use the closed captioning, add a little bit of flavor with that. TPing to subscribe, that's kind of fun.
I don't care about the macro, I don't care about the last fight because Caps is looking for the...
Yeah, it's just fun highlight content. The thing about highlights is that as a team, it's tough to get people to watch them, honestly. Unless you're like a really big team, which G2 is, but adding the memes and stuff just makes it more enjoyable to watch. Casts a wider net for the audience for sure. Niski and Sven really think of their teammates. North American organization Cloud9, League of Legends team. Is this just like a podcast?
Hi guys, Niski and Sven from Cloud9 here, and today we're complimenting our teammate in support of positivity and mental health.
Okay.
He ganks bot a lot, which I appreciate. You understand?
Kaiser Permanente is an interesting sponsor, by the way.
It's how my role works, how to play around me and help me, and it's a joy playing with Liofish. He's the team.
Alright, so they're just complimenting each other. Alright, that's fun.
Hard for it, and yeah, that's something I appreciate. So
I appreciate that.
Nice to see some positive energy. Hasn't been a whole lot of that, especially in the last week or so. Good little Valorant stuff from the score. More Huntsman content. I don't know why they shoot in front of these doors. I feel like it's so much more interesting when they're actually in the compound area, whatever that place is called, the Hex Quarters. Offline TV stuff. Well, this video's awkward now. Looks like just talking head stuff. McKay's top 5 plays. This is podcast stuff. Tips and tricks video. Cloud9 with a comms video. Let's see what this has to offer.
Hello, hello.
Bot playing game to help, no?
Hello, hello. Oh shit, my mic is not working.
it does.
Oh, it is working.
I like that even though they're doing this bumper at the front, that you already have the audio. I think that's important for keeping people on the video, is already having that audio going so that people are engaged.
Oh, it does
Yeah,
work?
we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, that's weird.
Yoink.
Yoink.
No one can kill me this game. Yo, W? TP? Yeah. He's gonna flash.
I like that they didn't sit on this screen for as long this time.
Well, I'm gonna flash him. He's dead.
Good.
Alright, gonna get
Yep.
it. Nice.
It's fine though. It's
Fine,
good.
fine.
I'm
Oh,
busy.
what's up, TV probably?
Yo,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, both out TV and he left.
Oh no. Are you the creep? Huh. I'd flash up.
Robert, do you need the base? Actually,
I need the base. I full
They're
warrior.
using bot here, so are they.
Yeah,
I need a creep. That's crazy.
Fine, okay, fine.
Okay.
But what if you take mid with him? Yeah, Robert, just.
Okay,
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming next. Catching next to me. Kaz is my TP. Kaz can TP. He's TP.
Yeah,
Robert, can you-
I'm running. I'm really far though. Niski's in trouble here.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm coming. I'm kind of far. I'll be there in 5 seconds.
You missed the Q? Nice.
Yeah, I'm coming. I think we fight this after. Yeah, we fight this after.
I think
Does
you
not?
guys win.
All right,
Does
this
flash?
is
Yes. No flash, volley.
pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah, we're coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one bot.
Careful, Niski.
Interesting that they call these Brain Check Season 2, Episode 14. Like the SEO is really important as far as the titles go, and it's like what the title is one of the most important things it does. So this is like a really weird, like nobody is searching for Season 2, Episode 14. It's kind of weird that that's in there to me. And I eat a creep that's crazy.
You word?
Yeah.
Drop it.
It's fine. I have stopwatch too.
Okay, we're going long. Tia's gonna try to ult out. Yeah, he's probably out.
Just do Baron.
Just kill the jungler and Baron, yeah.
Yeah, let's go Baron.
Good. There's a
Okay, double
flash.
What the fuck?
I think we get the gist of this one. What else we got here? Tennis from Team Vitality. Okay. Fnatic voice comms. The intro for the Fnatic voice comms last week was very good. Looks
Trying
like
to
they're
play
doing the
Graves
same
today, I'm gonna
stuff.
take
Yeah,
Battle
okay.
Professor skin.
That was the problem?
I think so.
Graves.
Graves? Okay, let's go. Let's go for it fast.
Nice.
Oh, it wasn't nearly as long this time. I really like this opening though. I think it's really funny.
You guys are smurfing. Good shit.
Holy shit. I saw it now.
Please bot side.
I wanna go here.
I'm 11 after this. I'm 11.
I'm looking. Uran is here. I wanna block her. Can we go?
Trying to follow.
This seems like a weird music choice though to me. Like, it's sort of super serious and doesn't really match with what's happening. Like, I feel like some clowny music or something. Like, it doesn't have to be clowny, but something that more matches the mood of these comms videos I think would be better.
Wait, you saw him,
No flash.
You wanna go or not?
No flash, yes, I have shield. I'm
put
fine.
silence on her
Renekton
now.
could be behind you guys, top side. Renekton
Got
could
him.
come behind you, okay?
Nice.
Renekton could
I
be
think it's
coming
okay.
behind
Good.
me.
We fight. We take every fight.
Let's go here. Okay, Graham set up. Let's go here, then.
The longer this song goes, the more confused I am by it.
Yeah, I will push.
Good shit, Kelly. You're crazy. I love it.
Good shit. Do we give Drake?
I go. Just help.
Could you have TP Mordekaiser? Can you TP? We need to fight here. I wanna fight this.
Okay, I'm backing off so I can TP, but he's looking at me.
Uran has
Let's fight this still.
I need a ward. Can you ward Hilly? I mean Mordecai, I can't TP, he's stopping me.
I can keep you alive. Just fight.
I'm on D.
I'm on
I
Orban.
die, but I think it's okay. Uran a shockwave.
flash, no shockwave.
Okay.
They're on assault point now.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the intro, pretty straightforward comms video. I'm sure the League fans appreciate these videos a lot. I know the comms videos, especially it seems like this year, have been really blowing up. A lot of people have done them. And I think it's because people are interested in the personalities and the stuff that's happening behind the game. Like, they see the stuff that they see on screen all the time. They see the gameplay, they know that stuff, but hearing the comms behind it, especially if there's a lot of personality or something like that, is really interesting to fans. And it's really engaging too. And if you have people with good personalities, it's just magnified.
Okay, this shit doesn't work as good as in scrims.
Yeah.
Sad music because they're losing, but kind of like unironically sad music. And it's sort of weird. It's not that serious. It's like the 4th game of the season or something. You lost to Origin, like, seems weird. Music choices in the Fnatic videos, I feel like, are always weird to me, or most of the time. Warzone tips, no thanks. Tengu on leadership without Fabian. So this is G2's EUR6 team. I'm afraid this is just gonna be like talking head stuff. Yeah, looks like it is. Alright, we're not that interested in this. Introducing LCS Aquarium. Okay, so we looked at a teaser for this last week, I think. Let's see what this is.
Hey everyone, my name is Ricky Gonzalez. I'm the VP of Content at FlyQuest, and I am so excited.
Okay, first off, the mix is very bad. His voice is very low in comparison to the very loud water sound effects.
To unveil to you guys today our LCS Aquarium. Part of our new FlyQuest Sequest campaign, we wanted to bring some of the ocean to our office. So we've added ourselves a brand new saltwater aquarium. Throughout the development of the tank, you'll be seeing adding fish, more creatures, we'll be adding additional corals, we'll be adding touches of LCS and League of Legends here and there. And today what I wanted to do is just really quickly give everyone kind of a rundown of what kind of creatures and marine life that we have in this tank. So starting with probably the
Seriously, why is the water so loud? Is he recording this in the room and that's like in the mic, or is it separate?
most popular. The clownfish. So you'll see this guy up in the top right of the tank. Obviously, he's super famous because of Finding Nemo, and he's easy to care for. He's a very calm fish.
Like, this is an interesting idea, but it's being presented in a very boring way. I mean, I guess that's not fair. It's a live stream of a fish tank, so it's not inherently exciting. I'm not sure I get it. I think it's a neat idea. It's really creative, but I don't think I get it.
We will be adding up.
Also, a 6-minute video of him just talking over it is kind of weird.
Updates at our Twitter account, at FlyQuest.
Where do you watch this? Is it on their Twitch stream? I'm sure he talks about it, but I don't want to watch the whole video. Okay, so it is on their Twitch stream. So they do like predictions with the fish? Okay. There's 42 people watching this, which is more than I'd expect for just kind of a random time. I wonder what the stats are on this. What kind of viewership does this get? $31 average viewers in the past week. I assume this has just been streamed continuously. I mean, these aren't bad numbers for just a continuous stream. Always on. 48 hours, 48 hours, 48 hours. Yeah, so it's basically a continuous stream. These average numbers aren't bad. Oh, these are peak viewers. Followers, unique viewers. Still, though. Huh. Alright, fish tanks aside. What else we got going on? Titans Intel, Episode 2. I feel like we watched Episode 1, and I feel like it wasn't interesting, but I don't remember for sure.
KSA, I play for Vancouver Titans.
Alright, once again, mix is awful. Music too loud, can't hear what he's saying.
Overwatch League, my role is the off-tank role. I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Vancouver, they reset, they get their shields back, and just as point opens, they move up to recontest. Shredlock with a lot of HP on his shield. Now it's burning down quickly, and KSA picks up the first kill. This is actually going Vancouver's way.
It's just like a Q&A thing. I don't think we're that interested in this. Okay, and Harry Hook. Across space and time. What? This title is super confusing.
I feel different. It's not, the life is not the same than before, since I was living with them for 3 years.
Series connecting individuals across space and time. Presented by Samsung. Oh yeah. Fuel was the one that did the Samsung video last time. Okay.
What's up? I'm Harry Hook.
Oh wait.
Living with them for 3 years.
What is this?
What's up?
Oh, the transition's kind of fun. It's not quite seamless, but wait, why don't the words move with the phone? Unlucky. That could have been really cool. I mean, it's cool. It just, the effect doesn't work as well.
What's up? I'm Harry Hook.
Hi everyone, Mickey, and my real name is Pompop Ratnasingha, which is pretty hard to pronounce.
I think time for me is like this, you know, like it goes up and down. It changes all the time. I was thinking to live in the moment. I never think about what's gonna happen. I always think like I just wanna have fun while it lasts.
What's happening in this video, dude? Like, what is the what?
I can control the future anyway, so I think people.
There's that Samsung phone.
People is bad about guessing what's happening next. My contract is gonna finish really soon, around November, so like 3-4 months. What I don't want to lose is my friends. I don't want to lose their friendship. I think it's important to me. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Also, Mickey is a new content creator, so it's kind of a new opportunity for both of us.
Hey! Wait, can't even see Harry.
When Mickey joined, pretty much like Dallas Fuel officially, or MP, we became great friends.
Can you see me properly?
Oh yeah, Harry.
What's up, beautiful?
So are these people that played together and they're reconnecting? I'm so confused. What is this video about? Connecting individuals. So it's supposed to be Samsung connecting individuals and they're like video conferencing, but did these people used to play together or are they going to play together? And why is there a computer in a field? I don't understand. Is it like an old video that they did and they're just like using footage from their old videos? What am I watching? What's happening in this video?
Harry, you look fat and handsome.
Okay, so I'm assuming they're people that know each other and have played together.
Mickey, your hair is so bad.
It's fine. I have money. I'm rich in Thailand.
Are you
I
rich?
live like a king.
I've been with MB my whole life as a professional player. Like I say, it's like you have your friends going, leaving you pretty much all the time, and it's very tough, at least for me personally, because you know you make nice friendships, like you have a great bonding with some people.
I was in Envious and Dallas Fuel for about like 3 years, and I have learned one thing, that if I get close to someone in a team, and if one day he left the team, it's gonna be kind of emotional.
I think Mickey is very good socializing.
Who are you rooting for today? Thailand! Oh, Thailand!
If I had to ask him a question about content creation stuff, it would be like in a way, I guess, how to talk to people. I think
they could have done a much better job at setting up the premise of this video. Like, all of this different footage matched together is very confusing. Like, holy cow, is it confusing. Especially like this train footage in the field with the computer in it and stuff. Like, maybe if you're super familiar with the Dallas Fuel, you like recognize these things as past content pieces. But as somebody who's not super familiar with the Dallas Fuel, only moderately, and just a big fan of giant Samsung phones, like, I don't really get what this is.
good talking to people, but it's kind of, you know, weird sometimes if we don't share the same things, like for example, video game or something in common.
I want to skip ahead, but I don't want to miss anything because I feel like they're going to explain something and then I'm just going to be left wondering forever.
Do you think is it a big chance that we join a team like Envious? Team Envy? No, it's very, very small. Like, basically, we already won jackpot, Harry. You don't think so?
I mean, it's a good way to think it.
I don't really think that the video game or esport gonna be my.
It's also confusing because they're showing snippets of like their conversations with each other, which has to be a really awkward premise for the players. It's like, hey, we're gonna have you guys FaceTime each other and just talk. Just talk and we'll just film it. Like, that's sort of an awkward setup already. And I think they've done a pretty good job with it. But it's definitely a really tough premise. But then they've also interviewed them separately, and then, so that's intermixed in there too. And I don't know, it seems like it's all over the place.
My main career.
I have to skip forward in this. I can't spend this long in this video.
Do it! Trust me, do it. It's gonna work.
What's gonna happen in the future about gaming? There's not gonna be more PCs or mouses or keyboards. I think some people will have problems with the reality. People need to see the sun. People need to see the snow, the ocean, the beach. I think the simple stuff, but it's very important.
It's also like, it goes into like very like philosophical, spiritual places too. This whole video does. It's really confusing. And across time and space is obviously like a very philosophical setup for a video in general.
In order to keep your sanity.
Okay, Mickey, was nice to see you again, my gordo. Then hope to see you by the end of this year. See you. See ya, gordo. Nice to see you.
I wonder whose idea this video was. Like, if this was a video that Envy pitched, or the Fuel. Sorry, the Fuel is owned by Envy. Or if this was like a video that Samsung pitched them, and then Fuel had to make it. It's such an odd video. It's creative. I like the idea, but it's very confusing. Bring on the pizza rolls. Tempo Storm card stuff. And a Rain returning episode 7. Atlanta Rain facing off against an unusual meta versus... Alright, this title's too long. Atlanta Rain facing off against an unusual meta versus LA Gladiators. Rain returning. I think what I would have done is something like Atlanta Rain facing off against an unusual meta. And then Rain returning versus LA Gladiators. Or versus Gladiators or something. There's just too much. This is too long. Holy crap, it's 13 minutes. Also, I rail against these every time, but bumpers at the front that are just bumpers are not the way to go. You just lose too many people's interest at the beginning.
이제 휴가 끝나고 와서 다시 또 했을 때 못해지지는 않은 것 같고 그래도 그냥 평범하게 잘한 것 같습니다.
At the beginning of the week for preparation for the match, we try to
that needs sound effects. That's so awkward. That the music continues, the music volume doesn't raise up, there's no sound effects. You lose so much energy when it goes from him talking over the music to just the music with that title sequence and no sound effects. It's such a drop in energy. You gotta keep that energy up.
figure out like a meta or a comp we want to try to grind out for the week, which this week it was like some kind of...
That lower third exit was super awkward.
Like a meta or a comp we want to try to grind out for the week, which this week it was...
Is it not
kind of
eased?
like a poke comp.
I mean, it's definitely not motion blurred, but it also looks like it's not eased. It just kind of very abruptly just like moves down.
That most teams were playing, so we just grinded that out. That was like our main focus.
Seems quiet too.
휴가가 끝나고 이제
It's not crazy quiet, but it is quiet.
이제 뱀픽을 보고
Wait, what?
딱 조합란을 저희
86%, but it's at negative 6.3?
컴프에다가
Why is it normalized to 86%?
를 넣어서
Wait, there might be something weird going on with YouTube on this. Usually, these volumes aren't normalized until you go over 0, so this would be a positive number. But why it's at negative 6.3 but also normalized is confusing. It's very odd.
투방벽에다가 애쉬 트레이서를 넣어서
I wonder if that'll change. I'll check it later. I don't think it will.
주로 했었죠, 저희는.
This is just pacing wise really slow.
After the break, we felt like good. The break was needed. We've been
Very
playing
slow.
this
Too
game
much.
like non-stop
Too much talking head
quite a bit
stuff.
now, since like the breaks have been inconsistent with like.
And they're kind of
all that's
repeating
happening in the world.
themselves.
Like we can't fly home, have an. The team comps that the gladiators run because right now with the bans, there's always like.
Man, Atlanta setting a blistering time now through Blizzard World as Shaz will eventually fall, and that's checkpoint.
It's going to be over in a matter of moments here. Oh my god.
That was not close
I
at
don't love
all.
the music.
In the second map, we just forced them. Well, it's a really good map for poke, and
Again, mix-wise, there's a huge loss of energy there because your overall volume is coming down so much. Need compression and stuff there to make up for it.
like we would have won if it was like.
하지 않았기 때문에 약간 대처하는데 좀 많이
It's him in
힘들었어요.
particular who
아무래도
has
그런 조합을 쓴다면
pretty low volume.
쉽게 이기지 않을까 생각을 합니다. 저는.
I think
Yeah, really pacing is hurting this video a lot. I'm sure like fans appreciate stuff like this, but to retain, I bet the viewership retention on this video is very low, and I think it's because it doesn't pace out very well. All right, what else we got? My thoughts on the Octagon from Zane.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode.
I pitch this guy every time, but if you don't watch Zane's content, you're crazy. That dude's content is top tier.
Of Inside Zane's Brain. This week we're looking at me versus Mango from the Octagon, Game 5 on Stadium in the first to 5. And yeah, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm trying to record this as quickly as possible so that I can get back to some rollback melee. If you guys have been playing rollback, you know just how amazing it is, and everyone should support Fizzy on Patreon. He works 7 months straight on this full time, so I'll link that.
True, rollback melee is very cool. Everyone should check it out if they have any interest in melee. It's revolutionized playing melee online. It's very cool, and it's even better than Ultimates online. So 19-year-old game has better online than the newest Smash Bros game.
In the description, because it really is amazing. And I know a lot of people are also wondering why why the Octagon wasn't run on rollback if I knew about it from the beta. And the reason that is because it would have been too hard to implement in time, just because we already had the date set for June 20th, and my threat zone. It's actually insane just how, like, you'll see me Nair right in front of him, and he barely is just like
bored of this. I
outside
was
of
hoping
that
it would be
range. He just
more
knows.
memes right at the front. This is what I'm looking for. Wait, haven't we seen this video? Is this a repost? Video about the death of Mixer. I mean, 3 years of Twitch, my first. Is this Jake and Bake? It is my first with Jake and Bake. I'm surprised that Jake and Bake's not at the front. I feel like all the words in this title, Jake and Bake is the grabbiest, so you want to move that to the front. Like you could, Jake and Bake survives 3 years on Twitch.
Oh my gosh! Roll it. This is good.
Is he like watching his own clips?
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jake. You might know me as Jake McLive, and today we're gonna do my firsts. We're gonna take a look at some of my first and top clips here, and see what's really going on. So every React Andy and Anderson out there now.
Jake and Bake is a live streamer who does mainly IRL content. He travels around, like just goes about his life and streams it. So it's a lot of just like walking around, talking to people, stuff like that.
Get a load of this. Suck it. This is so
There, that's my name. No, I'm not gonna sign your wallet. That's weird. I'm not famous. I'm not.
This is when IRL streaming like was.
I'm not
Look at the great handle.
Yeah, IRL streaming. That's the word I was looking for.
Sorry, mentioned in many videos.
Like fit.
Okay, this is a good story to this.
I'm not.
These kids are all trying to get me to sign their stuff. And I was like, why? And she kept saying, oh, you're handsome. Actually, interesting story behind that clip. Not a lot of people know that, especially
the color in this is weird. His face is very yellow.
I was walking to the station.
Especially like around here, around his mouth, around his eyes, on his thumb, his forehead, these lines here. Makes me wonder if they did some sort of like color correction where they tried to correct only certain ranges of colors and sort of missed some of them. So they color corrected, because a lot of his skin tones look fine, but then some of them are like weird. Only some of them are odd, like different parts of it. I wonder if they targeted certain colors and then missed.
I stopped at a Coco Curry house to eat my lunch while I was streaming. When I was eating, a group of like 6 little kids walked into the Coco Curry spot and like came up to my table and like stared at me. And then like the owner kicked them out. So when I came back out of eating, there was like 8 kids waiting. I'm like, oh, YouTuber, like sign. And like, it was so cute and like really wholesome and funny. The one kid wanted me to sign like his cell phone, and I think I did.
All right.
Here. That clip actually blew up in a...
Yeah, pacing.
I didn't know the meanings. Everyone always said
Kinda
that I have a
slow.
run-in with Yakuza. I'm not sure.
It's a cool idea though. Like React videos in general. I'm also confused why they don't have like React on here. But him reacting to his own clips for somebody like Jake and Bake is a neat idea. I'm also surprised something like this isn't on his channel instead of Tempo's channel. But I don't know. Good idea. Yeah, not much else to say about that one. All right. G2 League of Legends comms videos. EU League of Legends.
So we're missing, who else but Jankos? What do you mean? I'm here in the lobby. We are missing Mickey. No, I'm in the spectators. Mickey sucks balls. Cool. Okay. Six and we can like... Okay. Okay, they're in top side, like the crap. Koge and Javan. He's dead. Nice. Good job. Yeah. Actually, we can die maybe? Yeah. I'm really not there. Yeah, I'll look to join. No flash, I think we just get third actually. I'll just go blue. You guys have it third already. Okay. Okay, Akali. I'm ending. You run, Matrix. Maybe we...
Pretty normal for G2 comms. I like the clowny music. I like the intro where they have everybody's pictures and stuff and highlights who's talking. Very simple way of slowly teaching people whose voice is whose, which makes the comms videos more enjoyable if you know who's talking. And actively closed captioning every single thing every person says is just unbelievably time consuming. So it's just not really feasible. The interesting thing about G2 is that they put out highlights videos and comms videos for like every weekend for their weekend matches. So they get 2 videos out of each one. And I think most teams are usually only getting 1. And they sort of justify it because it's very different viewing experiences. The comms videos are very comms based, obviously. And the highlights videos are highlights, but also they're very memey. There's a lot of memes, so they're very comedic. So, I don't know. I assume a lot of people watch both, just based on view counts. I would assume there's not just like everyone either watches the comms or the highlights.
I mean, I don't have like vision, right? I can't I don't have flash or vision. Outer Steel rank.
G2 in general, across all their esports, just does a good job of like churning out a lot of content, which for YouTube is really important. Like consistently getting out content is super important, and they also meet like a minimum quality threshold too. Like they're not just putting out bad videos. That's not what I'm saying. They're putting out a lot of videos that are all high enough quality to be considered worth.
Okay, that works.
Guess you're an Echo main.
Me and Akali running in from behind. They don't have Acer right now. 5. You have CB. You have yeah. That was the most cringe ult I've seen. It was enough, guys. It was just enough. I baited time ult because of it. We got really 200 years with that ult there, so maybe
I think we get the gist of this one. What else we got? Looks like we got Octagon stuff for each match. This is the same video, right? Yeah, we've watched this. The other one had this wasn't standalone. There was like joke stuff after it. I've been watching it. It's really good. This is so sick. All these animations, this drawing style and stuff. This is something that Golden Guardians does a lot, and it's so good. Like animation-wise, there's nothing crazy going on. You know, it's very like stop motion looking, but it's still just really cool. Works really well. And it's very unique. Like no one else really does stuff like this. Melee tournament highlights, scored dumbest videos, cinematic highlights. Wait, what? Looks interesting.
That's a beautiful stick by Color Hex. Both supports are going to go down.
I don't really see camera angles like this for Overwatch highlights, I feel like. This is sort of interesting. It's sort of like long shots. And it's not cutting a lot, it's staying on one shot. Usually highlight montage is just like cut, 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 cut. Motion blur's awkward. This is also awkward. Why is this lasting so long? There's not really anything happening. Is this an entire scene just playing in reverse? Like, is all of this one thing? It's not, right? Because it's on a different part of a map, or a different map completely. Yeah, I think it's a different map. It'd be pretty cool if this was like all one match, just like rolling back in reverse. Huh. Alright, well, it was cool for like the first couple shots, and then it got weird. Then it was just low energy. Alright, what else we got? No views 4 days ago. What the heck is it? TNT run competition. Mutineers win the Paris home series recap. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Oh, this is...
What are we making Mutineers right now?
I mean, you think about that last event, right? It's Awakening's debut, and they go through phase.
This looks kind of cool.
You think about that last event, right?
You got this sort of like light leak effect going on these with this like scribbled light. And a lot of times these pictures are like mirrored. Yeah, like this. These are kind of neat. It's a kind of cool aesthetic thing.
It's Awakening's debut, and they go through Phase, Empire, and Huntsman. This year for them has been interesting.
It was a crazy one for Awakening. Now the question, and everybody wants to know, can they do it again?
Help, and now he's gonna pop.
To know, can they do it again?
Why is this so... Is this YouTube compression doing this? It's gotta be, right? It looks like they went really hard on some like invert effect or something and just like destroyed this video, and then YouTube compression just mangled it. Huh. Looks really bad. Unlucky. Anytime you go really hard on effects like that, you have to understand that it's gonna get pretty roughed up on export, and then if it's rough like that, YouTube compression is just gonna eat it alive.
Now he's gonna pop. There's the assistance.
You see, they started to pop the window. So another big play. You talked about how good of a carry just in his positioning. It looks like it's gonna be about a 90 to 100 point lead.
The Mutineers will just be running away with this, but there's still a one-on-one.
Music's too loud. You need to compress the caster audio.
Florida versus Dallas Empire. Chance, this is going to be a good one. Putting himself like for his team as well from the coach.
Also, it's weird how the music is moving up and down so much. Like, there's pretty like large swings in music volume, even though there's like announcer volume happening throughout, commentator volume happening throughout.
Because I don't know how many times we've seen that deep of a turtle all the way in the back of your face, waiting for that pressure to come around the flip side. Because this is how this hill is starting to be played on top of the 5 streaks that are coming through. But
Dallas still with a 2-point lead, 17.
I wish they didn't go to a separate screen to give a score update every time. I think that's some, you could have like a mini animation that just happens on screen and then get into the next match. Without like going to a completely separate screen for a score update every time.
Seconds to go. Game almost slips away from them. But what a close opening few moments there out of Dallas. They'll take it 160 to 158. First rotation and rotating.
Sometimes they don't, I guess.
Right up great stun though. Great stun. Florida Mutineers can win it here. Plus all that was going on, Florida got complete control of the spawns. The game has just gone completely out of control for Dallas Empire. Or has it? We'll wait and see. The kills need to come in very, very quickly. 5 seconds remain. Florida will take the series. It doesn't go the distance unless Illy can touch the hill. He can't. Florida Mutineers take it 250 to 240.
Of this team, I feel like they've just got better and better, and it's quite incredible to see, to the point now where I feel like, you know, well, it's quite evident, isn't it, really, that they're surpassing a lot.
I think pacing on this is good so far.
A lot of teams that I think were solidified in that maybe top 1, top 2 position, and Florida, maybe best team in the world right now.
This is an absolute.
It was a nice statement to like go to the next segment on. Once again, just like big mix problems. And this is a problem for a lot of orgs that I see, is audio mixing wise, they're just missing the mark.
I'm just not sure. I'm trying to find the storyline here. It's 29 to 104 with 30 seconds remaining. This is an absolute thumping, dude. But my, the Florida Mutineers, they're our daddies today. FaZe have been absolutely beheaded.
I think you could definitely animate that on instead of just fading into it.
In this series. My God, man. They have...
And this is kind of...
taken over the Call of Duty League.
Doesn't make me feel anything. And it doesn't really fit with... Well, I don't know, that doesn't fit. Yeah, actually that's true. It doesn't really fit with anything else that was in the video, like branding wise. So what is this? July 17 to 19. Is that like the next time they play?
In this series. My God!
Nice update video though. Paced out pretty well. If you're a fan of the Mutineers, you probably enjoyed it. Your diva self-destructs. It's like a tips video, podcast stuff, card game stuff, highlights stuff. Fnatic X Gucci. I saw this announcement. I haven't seen this video, I don't think.
Once you're playing, 20 seconds turns into 2 seconds. Once you're playing, 20 seconds turns into 2 seconds.
That transition is cool from they're like in that little factory area, whatever you want to call that, abandoned warehouse sort of spot, to like the crowd shot. It pulls away from the close-up and there's the crowd shot there. I almost wish, I don't know, maybe there's another way to do that to make it a little more impactful. Not like a pull out whoosh transition or anything, but like something, I feel like there's something more there. But I like it either way though.
I should by now, after these 10 years of experience.
I like the clock ticking sound effects. That's really cool because this is a advertisement for a watch. So it's a nice touch.
I have like so much time in the game to think about everything else, but I'm still like...
Another good transition from warehouse stuff to the gameplay stuff, or to the live stuff.
I'm still just seeing it fly by.
Yeah, really good sound effects through all that. Really good footage. Footage was shot really nice. Looks really good. Good use of light. I dug all of it. I like the different colors as they move through the different environments. The color change is really indicating like they're in different places in each of these shots. It's neat. It's a cool video. I don't think I'm going to be buying a Fnatic Gucci watch, but very cool video. Guess my Elo, this is live content, I think. Fnatic does a lot of live content. Very cool. Carlos signs himself. G2 Valorant Invitational. I think this highlights. Play of the week is highlights. Podcast. Score stuff. Our stuff. Golf with Dallas. Meet the Creatures. So this is another fish tank based piece of content. Animal Crossing sound effects. This is like the same sort of video as the other one we watched, right? It's just presented in a different way. But the other one was just informing you of what fish and stuff were in the tank too, right? This seems much like a much better approach, honestly. I think this is more enjoyable. I mean, this isn't like my cup of tea, art style wise, but I think it's unique and it sets them apart. And I think this is a cool way to push people toward the fish tank thing. Apparently people find that joke funny. I thought it was meh. But also not the target audience. Keep doing you. This is podcast stuff. This Q&A stuff. Highlights. Videos do really well, especially for Rocket League content. I guess they're one of the biggest teams in Rocket League, so I guess that makes sense. Wait, I lost my spot. Oh no, where were we? Oh, we're back. Highlight stuff. Patch stuff. Podcast stuff. Stream highlights. For crit. Wait, this is another crit video? They did a crit video like last week. It was like crit's best plays of all time. Why is this music so quiet? The beginning here.
If this Ricky farms his way or kills me here while there's two supports here, I'm gonna get really angry.
I'm just not that interested in this stream highlight video. Meet Paintbrush. This is like a profile video on a player, Dallas Fuel, Texas-based, obviously because they're in Dallas, Texas-based org owned by Envy. We've already watched another one of their videos. It was like a Samsung video. It's the very confusing, very meta video. Yeah, I recognize this song. I listen to this song all the time. It's on Epidemic Sound.
I'm Nolan. Careful, set on left. I'm Nolan Edwards. My tag is Paintbrush, and I'm a main support player for the Dallas Fuel. So I chose Paintbrush because I was grinding ranked a lot at the time, and I really needed a name change for, some secret reasons that maybe we won't talk about. Nothing like super toxic or anything. I can't say that. So in college, I had 2 housemates at the time.
The color bars joke twice in a row is kind of eh. It's good the first time.
And I got this haircut that was kind of like really short on the sides, long on top. And my friends were cooking me one day, they were making fun of me, and they called me a paintbrush. They said I kind of looked like a paintbrush. And when the time came to name change, it just kind of made sense. It was kind of a meme, and then I kind of stuck with it. I like the 2 syllables. I always liked the idea of having a tag that was kind of like an object, so it just worked out well. So my path to get to Dallas Fuel, I started grinding the game in college, maybe my junior year, I think it was. I played a lot in Tier 3. I started a team called No Clout with 2 of my friends. A new opportunity to build a new team environment. I want to say that the biggest thing I bring to the team is just, it's okay, I'll accept that flaw.
The thing about these videos is that
there's a rumor going around about me right now that I'm going to get traded to a certain team. And, I have some really big news to share with you guys. So, yeah, you guessed it. We got a gym. Oh, I don't think I'm interesting to watch at all, man.
these videos where it's just like straight up interviews are just so not. I wish there was some sort of like interaction with him and other players or something. It's just so much more interesting to see their personalities like that rather than just one-person interviews. And this guy actually does a pretty good interview. Like as far as players go, he's pretty good at talking. But would just like to see more personality. Are you smarter than a G2 player? Presented by HDAC. I don't understand why you put this in the title. What's the point? Unless it's required by HDAC, which is very possible.
Hello guys, and welcome. Today we're gonna be playing a game, trivia game. It's called Are You Smarter Than a G2 Player? So I'm here with my teammate Tamanek, and we're gonna be playing with guys from Rainbow Six. Pengo is not here because he's not smart enough, so we have Uno and Virtue, and yeah, we're just gonna hop right in and see how it goes.
I like that they use people from both their R6 team and from their CS team. You're kind of drawing on both fan bases and pulling them in instead of just one. I think it's a good idea. They did it with that workout video that we watched last week.
I know this. It's C. Baking soda, boys. I'm trolling you guys, I know it, but it's not C. I just don't want to tell you the answer.
I feel like it's C.
It's B.
Go for B.
It's B. It is B. I know it. It's salt.
Nice.
Oh no!
I had
Ken is dead.
Oh, it's D, boys. What the hell? Oh my god.
It's D.
Killed by assist. I see killed by assist. I'm like, yeah.
Oh no, you didn't.
Killed, dead, assassinated.
You didn't, Jake.
It's Kenny's death average.
It's the same meaning, but
Jake. Oh no. Jake.
It's the same meaning.
That's
They
embarrassing,
worded it.
Jake. That's embarrassing.
I seen B first before I seen C. So
embarrassing.
Oh well.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gotta be H.
Oh, yeah.
It got me.
You know, it's H.
If you don't know this,
Yeah. Our best sponsor.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you need to be fast to get more points, right?
Oh, look how fast.
I wonder what game they're actually playing, like what platform this is on. I don't know what this is. Kind of boring, but
I know it's not Earth.
Dude,
if
actually,
you like these guys, maybe you're into it. As far as like sponsorship content, it's pretty good. It'd be tough to get sponsors to understand what is good, what people are gonna like. All right, a squad video. For the uninitiated, squad is Team Liquid's weekly League of Legends video. It's been called Squad for a little while now, and it's one of the higher tier weekly content pieces that teams do. Team Liquid, their media team 1UP, makes these, and they're so good, man. We're not gonna watch all this because we don't have 23 minutes to kill, but this is definitely one that it's like, if you're into esports content, you should be watching the squad videos every week. To be fair, they're a little different right now since it's quarantine. They're not playing in person. They're not as good as they would be if they were playing in a live setting, but they're still very good. And it's a good thing to watch for how to make up for that.
Yeah, I mean, the month leading up to LCS was so much different.
Like, already look at this footage. Like, it's such a bar above most of everything else that we've watched today.
As a coach of TL as it would be as a caster. Like, as a caster, your chill. LCS was so much different as a coach of TL.
I feel like I've talked about this before. I don't love this lower third. I feel like I've talked about this before. Why doesn't it wipe away the words with the swatch? That's kind of weird. And these streaks that are like blurred, but they're like always blurred, even when they come in. Kind of weird. I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see that I'm pointing. Whatever.
Yeah. As a caster. Like, as a caster, you're chilling. Yeah, you're paying attention to, let's say, Mid-Season Cup, or if there was a different year, MSI, where you're working for that. And then the week leading up to LCS, that's when you start grinding and you're asking people who's looking good, what are the roster rumors, what's the meta, you're trying to make your tier lists. This time, like, that started 5 weeks ago and way harder and way more work. And I think, especially coming in with the remote aspect, meeting not only a bunch of new players, but also
all the Liquid content I've seen has always been really good. Yeah, for sure, man. They have a pretty big history of being one of the first teams that really did content really well, especially like this sort of docu-series kind of content. It's just so like in their wheelhouse. Damien Estrada, I think, has a lot to do with that, who now works on the Liquid side but was running 1UP for a while. And I think he started the series with TSM. I think that was the first like real like docu-series that people thought of for esports, and then brought it over to Team Liquid too. But league content in general, and it's partially because their league structure is set up so well. It's very content friendly, having like a couple matches every week, just best of ones. There's a ton of extra time to do content, always in the same spot, very predictable. So having that sort of schedule leads to these weekly videos being really not easy to make, but it makes way more sense than if you were going to do it with a esport like Dota or CS, where the tournaments just happen randomly.
So new coaches, and then just trying to orchestrate things so that we can work together and we can be collaborative. Like, that's like the top level stuff. And then we're also talking about, let's find the right meta champions. Let's plan the right drafts. Let's do the right strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, there's an infinite amount of work. So it's been really hard.
But it's also, they put a lot of resources into their content team. Like their team relative to most, their content team relative to what most other orgs have is very large, dedicated spaces for 1UP, which is the content team, and just a lot of money, resources, and smart people behind it.
Welcome to Summon.
Yeah, let's watch that again. This is very like a hand-drawn animation style. I would almost guarantee it is done frame by frame. Yeah, so this is probably all drawn, or it's like a few frames hand-drawn and then repeated over and over. I like this a lot. I think the glow is sensible. It looks good. Especially you could tell which ones are newer, like these two, I think, were not made last season. They were made recently. I think this one looks like it was redone. I feel like this one didn't look quite like this before. They used this shot from last season, but I feel like this was redone. Maybe all of them were redone. That one might be the same. But I think this shot's added? I don't know, I'd have to go back and watch the old ones. This one's probably the weakest one for me. But it's a super unique intro that you don't really see from anybody else, that hand-drawn stuff. And largely because they have a large team of talented people and they give them enough time to make stuff like this.
Welcome to Summoners.
Oh, and all that art that you saw at the end there too. All this stuff. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. But there's like a specific artist that did these and has done a bunch of stuff like this for Liquid.
Welcome to Summoners Rift.
Well, yeah, like look at this footage, man. Like this isn't stuff that you get from other teams. At least not many other teams. Temp check. It feels like it's going on for a long time. It's very fly on the wall. It's very like day in the life.
Alright, so yesterday was really weird because of media day and the late start, and by the end of it everyone was out of energy, and even though we won, we were playing pretty loose. So what I want to do this morning is just run through the bigger stuff that we've talked about quickly. So it's more just a reminder of the stuff we've already learned so that we can remember to do it today.
Is the mic on the camera all the way like way back? It sounds like it. You're getting a lot of room noise.
It has been way better being in the facility, even with social distancing guidelines being in place, because it is really difficult for everyone to contribute online, because you can imagine you have 9 or 10 people in a call. As soon as one person's talking, no one else can talk. But like even something as simple as that, when you're in a big room with other people, you can actually have multiple conversations at the same time. And sure, you can do that with typing, which happened a lot, but like it's so much easier to tell, right? When someone's in a different conversation, it's so much faster to be able to get to the point of things. So yeah, even though it's only been a week, we've done 1 week in the facility and we did 4 weeks remote. We've gotten so much done in this 1 week, it's felt really good.
The team environment's pretty good right now. It's really chill. No one really gets too mad.
I think something that people could take away from videos like this is that they use music really effectively in these. Thermometer was kicking that dude's ass. Yeah, no joke. Jensen apparently not good with the thermometers. Is that they use music really effectively and they pace out what's happening in the videos with the music. And it, even though pacing wise, this is probably slower than a lot of other videos, entertainment wise, it makes it feel like it's keeping you locked in much, much better.
They accept me sometimes during scrims, because I really hate it when I play bad or we are...
It's also the way they mix in the B-roll with the interviews, so they can chop up the interviews and pace those out way better. And they use that B-roll to be able to cut them up without it being awkward.
Not fixing something maybe, but it's very fun right for now.
I should look cute. This happened over time too. Yeah. I remember.
I think just syncing up a visions board better, where everyone will have like a more
and intermixing like that stuff with Core JJ, like the conversations they're having with the interviews really keeps it light.
Similar default thinking process, because I think right now we're pretty solid, but sometimes we might have to take too much time or talk too much during a game to sync up on doing the same thing. So I think if we're able to just see the game in the same way in most similar ways as we can, it will be much better.
Okay, go to mid. Guys, we can engage on mid. I'll take right for me. I think I'm a cut. Cover. I flash. Okay. We can still look. I'm fine. We can still look. Yeah.
I think there is so many difficulties, even in just the mental game.
Having someone like Jat as a coach also has to be so nice. Just coming from being a caster, like he's just very good on camera. He's inherently interesting, and he knows how to present what he wants to say really effectively. So that's got to be so nice.
For a player on Team Liquid, for a coach on Team Liquid, just because of
we're gonna jump ahead.
Spring being is much more than 2 wins. So that's gonna be, I think, just the next test. But
let's get into some.
And I can definitely feel it because everyone like works hard and tries hard and tries to get better.
All right, so music's kicking up a little bit as we get into the action. I bet you anything we hear game sound before we see the game.
But there's also a part of me inside where I want to get better too and win. I used to watch these LCS players when I was in middle school, and now I'm here with them. I wouldn't say I'm satisfied that I'm in the LCS only. I want to be top 80 carry and prove it, and just consistently stay there.
Fight coming in.
I was so sure you would hear caster audio while we still saw Tactical in the interview. Unlucky.
Play forward, Tactical jumps back, stays safe. Jensen's there, that's an easy kill, and first blood goes over to Broxa. As the fight continues, the TP's coming in for both sides. Impact sounds...
Oh, I've never heard them use comms in these videos before. I was actually just thinking about, I wonder why Team Liquid doesn't do comms videos, but interesting that they're integrating comms into these videos. They've maybe done it in the past and I just haven't noticed.
I can chase. Yeah, I can flash on him. If needed. I don't need
200 health! That's gonna be Broxa finding the second kill of the battle. Well, they're gonna land one of them, but Tactical's still gonna get away from that one. The hook into the turret. Goodbye, Meteos. Has the shield that saved his life. And True Shot Barrage is stopwatch. However, Jensen is there. Doesn't even need the blue card. Reginald will be jealous. But that is Cody's son dying under the turret. Tactical taking names.
No, I don't. We got over.
Okay, they're in.
Wonder why the quality of the comms is so low.
I think can I chase? Go side. Just go side.
Play for the fight.
They're gonna finish.
Can he get it? You've gotta be kidding me, Broxa!
Nice. We can end, I think. I'm TP behind.
Yeah. For his life, there is no way out of this one. Jensen's gonna find him. He's running fast as lightning. Impact grabs another kill.
Who's free? One more. Okay. It's a penta. Nah.
Positive things to say here for Team Liquid. Well done to them. I think the whole squad really...
Yeah, the big thing with these videos is just like, and I'm stressing on it again and again because it's like such a make or break for videos. It's just the pacing, man. Like it just keeps you engaged. Like I'm sure I could watch all 23 minutes of this video and not feel like I'm dreading having to like make it to the next part of the video, which for a lot of other content, it definitely feels like that. It feels like a drag, and this doesn't feel like it drags.
Played very well together. I liked how much TF got to move around.
Okay, guys. So, great start to the split so far.
Guys, listen.
3-0.
We've got game one of the day, and that has Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid, where both teams came into the weekend undefeated.
Honestly, TL is going to be a hard beat. I think they're a pretty solid team, especially with their drafts. Overall, they've had a pretty solid game plan going into the game, and that's definitely something that's hard to beat right now.
We're heading on to the Rift, and we are about to get our answer right here.
Flash on 2 seconds. Okay.
How many games do they play a week? Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2.
TP2. Yeah.
I like how quickly they got into this game. Like there was a little bit of in between transitioning into the next game, but I mean, they just like got right into this. And again, that's just keeping that pacing up.
Kill flash. Nice. Not bad. Wait. Other team. I'm dead. I should flash. That was bad. Orion is their favorite, I think.
Oh, I ulted the wrong way.
I'm dead. Volley Bremen.
TL needs to focus on the Drake first, and that's going to be taken from Fensgaren as he just waltzes right in. Can he get a hop over the wall? He's going to get followed by...
All the stuff they do with like the cool angles and everything inside the gameplay is a really nice touch too. And it's not in your face about it. It's just adding flavor. You know, it's not a montage. It's not cutting a bunch of times or doing crazy transitions and stuff. It's just adding a little bit of pizzazz onto what's already a good video. It's not trying to use that to make the video good. It's just adding.
Broxah throws down Lambs despite his Zazel is here. That's going to be an unbreakable and a shield. Heal comes in as well, and that's not good for Broxah.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, you dead?
Okay.
And it is going to be EG wearing purple, looking to finish this one.
I am curious how they transition out of this music for a match that I think they're going to lose.
Early.
Volleyball's low.
It's alright.
He's dead.
Looks like TL's able to hold on a little bit longer, but that's it.
Okay.
TL frozen in place as EG moved himself to 3-1.
So they, at the end of that, they use that sort of like end as an instant break in the music to transition to a song that's a little more self-reflective.
Desire to win comes after desire to get better every day. Winning, especially at international events, is not easy at all. People who make it to international events also try very hard and they work hard. So I think if you ever fall into like a trap of only thinking about winning, it's like it'll gatekeep yourself in terms of getting better.
Lane was fine, right? Yeah, after that lane is pretty fine, but buy is not good for it's really bad for us.
It's not so bad too. If we cannot contest be 2v2 anymore. Yes.
This scene maybe lasting a little too long, but you really get a good sense of these videos. They have like peaks and valleys. Like I wouldn't say that they lose energy, but they lose like not lose, but they do a good job of like the push and pull, the peaks and valleys. So you can't be loud all the time. Otherwise, it's not loud anymore. You need softness to emphasize the loud. So you need these sort of down moments to really emphasize the high energy parts, right? So it makes the high energy stuff feel more impactful when you have these down moments where all you're hearing are them talking post game, talking about what's happening. There's no music. There's anything else going on. It's just them talking. And it makes it so those gameplay moments that are super intense feel even more intense.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys, if you want to come out, I want to just drop the drink for a few minutes.
We also made a lot of mistakes in game, and even in our preparation, right? We talked a lot about how we needed to go mid to stop Jizuke, but with Trundle, we really shouldn't be going mid against a Flash Ghost TF. There's a lot of other things that went wrong in the game. We know what happened. We don't need to linger on it or beat ourselves up too much because we'll go over it tomorrow and we'll recognize what happened and we'll be better prepared for next week. The good news is we're still tied for second place. And if we beat C9, we're going to be tied for first. So, and if we beat C9, we're going to be tied for first. So,
oh, unlucky. Just a flash frame there.
So, holistically, this is still a good start. We're still 3-1. This loss stings. It sucks. I'm not going to say that we should feel good about the loss, but overall, I think because we're practicing on Monday, what we're doing for the rest of the day is we're done. If you want to stick around and watch the games, you can. If you want to play solo, you can. If you want to go home, you can. Because we need to make sure that we have energy for next week, since we're going straight through on Monday with Screws. The goal for me right now is improvement.
I like that they used the music kind of coming out at the end of that. And then once there was that downbeat of the music really kicking in, they used that as the transition into this interview.
I think, yes, the goal is to win Summer Split. Yes, the goal is to do really well at the World Championship. But first, we have to improve, right? I think if you look too far into the future, you can lose sight of the present and how you actually get there, because we need to learn our matchup.
All these people, dude. One Up Studios, 5, 10, 11 people. It's insane. It's a lot of people.
So we need to build up on our trust.
And these aren't just like
and how you
randoms
actually get
either.
there.
Like these are some of the best people in the industry. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Because we need to learn our match.
Some of them are young and new, fresh talent, but a lot of these people are very established in the scene, very good at what they do.
We need to build up on our trust. We need to work on our fundamentals. We need to.
Alice Zhang was the person who does that art for Team Liquid that I was talking about at the beginning.
Build all of the steps to get to our eventual goal. So for me as a head coach, like my job is the structure and making sure people are working well together. So the biggest outcome of that is improvement. So we're trying to just every day make some type of improvement. And as long as we do that, we're trending in the right direction.
Alienware shut off. Okay. Is the like next video or click here thing supposed to be inside the monitor, I guess? It's kind of fun. It's a fun way to shout out the sponsor at the end. Cool. Alright. Lena Phase Priesta reveals brand new Scump controller. Oh, I think I saw a link to this. I think United Studios did this video. Doesn't say. Did United Studios do this video? So if you don't know, there's the team United, St. Louis-based esports team. I think they're St. Louis-based. There's some people in St. Louis that work for them. But they started United Studios, which is like a media agency that make videos or branding or whatever for, you know, videos, design, stuff like that for different teams. I think they did this stuff. Yeah, they did. Okay.
Yo, what is this place?
Oh, man. Classic esports player acting right here. Love it. Let's go.
Yo, what is this place?
Welcome to the Scuff Game.
Why is he not talking?
What is this place?
His lips clearly aren't moving here.
Welcome to the Scuff Gaming Design Lab. Before you may begin, please place your right hand face down on the right.
Super desat. Shouldn't his face be red? Shouldn't like the red light be showing on his face?
This is just a simple verification process.
Yeah, no problem.
Ugh. That green screen's rough. Yeah, there should be some sort of like red ambient light showing on him.
Analyzing.
And why is he so desaturated?
Identity confirmed. Welcome, Priesta of the Atlanta Phase. Can I offer you a game fuel or anything else to drink?
No thanks. Very polite of you to ask though. Thank you.
No problem, Priesta. It's my pleasure.
What is this, Chick-fil-A?
Ha ha. Shall we get you started?
Yeah, sure. What do I have to do next?
I don't know about you guys, but these jokes aren't hitting for me.
Started.
Yeah, sure. What do I have to do next? Yo, where'd you go? I haven't even got to design my scuff yet.
Sorry about that.
What is happening to this video, dude? I was so confused. So he said that and then the screen turned off and all the lights in the room turned off? But there was still a red glow from somewhere, but there hadn't been a red glow before. I'm really confused where that red glow was coming from.
Throughout the design process, remember to keep in mind your machine is voice automated. Now you
The green screen's just a little rough, man.
may direct your attention to the color wheel. May I suggest an Atlanta Phase color palette?
Yeah, of course. Yo, that was sick. So now what?
Yo, that was sick. So now what? Oh man. This is how esports players act.
Now please complete the design
Also, this is just black with white sticks. I don't understand.
process by selecting colors and designating them to part of your SCUF controller.
Okay, let me see what I can do here. Can I get some mini Atlanta Phase logos on the left side of the controller?
Yo, mini Atlanta Phase logos are not a color, my dude.
Okay, that's sick. Can I get some black thumbsticks? And maybe some white buttons and triggers. Ah, that's pretty sick right there.
Couldn't agree more, P-Dog. Is there anything else you might want to add besides...
It seems super obvious that like the two cameras that it's switching between were not filmed at the same time. And I can't quite figure out why it feels that way.
Color? Cough, cough. Maybe a logo?
Yeah, I'm down.
It's probably because this feels like he's in a completely different environment than it does. I think it comes back to that red light again. Like there should be some sort of red light showing on his face. It's just like very clear that he's not in an environment with a bright screen in front of him.
I just don't see the option anywhere.
Let me see what I...
Because this is all, like, this isn't just this part green screen. Like, this is all shot against a green screen. And, like, especially, like, this glow here, this white glow, it's very bright here, but literally none of that. He actually does have a little red on his skin in this one.
I can create...
Looks like that's probably added in post. They just, like, made his skin more red on the front. It kind of just looks like he's sunburnt. Doesn't really look like it's, like, light reflecting on his skin.
This will only take a moment.
Yo, that is the dopest sculptor I think I've ever seen in my life. Where can I get my hands on that?
Sync is off?
Uploading Atlanta Phase Scuff Controller.
Oh man, I wanted to just drop into his hands so bad. Why is it?
Yo, this is clean. I can't wait to use this at the next home series. Watch this.
I don't think I understand what just happened. So the lights turn off again. And then the lights come back on and he has the scuff.
Clean. I can't wait to use this at the next home series. Watch this.
He says watch this and holds it up to the camera. And it takes a long time for the camera to get the focus right. That's awkward. There's a lot of awkward in this video.
He's able to find two, trying to play his life. He knows there could be another one side window. Hello! That's going to be 3 for Priesta.
I don't understand why that footage is so desaturated. Because the stuff that's, the VFX that are added are like extremely saturated. But he himself is like super underset. It's very odd. Huh. Highlight stuff. Oh, 100 Thieves video. 100 Thieves content also top tier. I would say like Liquid TSM, 100 Thieves are the ones that do like the really, really top tier weekly League of Legends docuseries.
Positive things to say.
Which really, I don't think I've seen TSM. Do I just, wait, am I not subscribed to TSM? That would be really unfortunate. Oh my God. Well, this is embarrassing.
Here for Team Liquid. Sad for 100 Thieves that it's a 0-3 start, though I do think they'll start picking up wins from here. So hold out hope for the faithful of 100 Thieves because I think they're still a pretty solid team.
This feels like a really terrible review that they're about to have because literally both plays would have worked if they were dedicated.
What doesn't seem to be, hitting the mark so far this split?
What do you think, personally, is the biggest problem on the team right now that needs to be addressed?
It's a really good cliffhanger question. Also, that stuff's not green screened in. They have a studio where they can actually like project stuff like that. Really neat. Also that transition where it like splits. It's really cool. So really good teaser intro kind of thing that happened there. Kind of gives you an idea of what's going to happen in this. They're probably going to lose some matches. There's going to be tension.
Where's the big one? There's like a
It's kind of pulling you in with that.
Okay, cool. I'll talk What happened to that huge web? There's one right here.
Today? I enjoyed being in the compound again.
I think that playing from home definitely has a worse vibe to it. Being in person with the people that we're interacting with, you know.
It's cool that they're still using these, they did like this sort of player card thing and everyone was a face card. Meteos with his king. It's cool that they're still integrating that stuff in.
Interacting with, you know, makes us feel more like a team, easier to bond, that sort of thing. So it's really important to me, and I'm glad that we were able to get back here.
Starbucks.
Tommy, just drank my water. Tommy, just drank my water. Players first, coaches second. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that coming back to the Cash App compound has
like mixed between like interviews, real life stuff, more like vlog kind of stuff, I guess you could refer to it as. It just keeps the pace up, makes it feel really good. We are just going to skip ahead here. However,
react aware and then
so we're probably into
a lot of mistakes as a team.
Like the more serious part of the
pretty
video.
Conservatively, and because of all the losses, we're trying to not take too many risks. As teams get better, it feels like we're going to need to be a team that's more pressuring and more proactive.
I think everyone's just trying to work their harder, just trying to get better when it comes to like skirmishing and stuff. Because I do think we're a good team when it comes to like trying to work, like just work out plays, what the enemy is trying to do, and then it just it ends up becoming like a hand battle, I guess. So
when they miss the blitz hook, they can't do anything else. They have no gauge. They can't set them. No one else can set them up. Unless TF Suicide yellow cards everyone, but like this way we're giving them a chance to win the fight.
Whenever we're losing game, usually we got really behind the early game and it's getting snowball. We shouldn't know what was going to bad and then what was the problem. We need to be better at making plan and what they're doing to react aware.
Get better or we don't win any games, so hopefully we get better. Yeah, that's the plan. You have both CLG and TSM next weekend, so kind of a mix there as far as current strength goes. Any thoughts on either of your upcoming opponents?
Well, I know TSM likes Fiddlesticks mid. I haven't seen a whole lot of that in my game, so gonna have to prepare for that one. We're probably around the same level as them. I think it'll be close, but you know, we're gonna practice hard and 2-0.
No, that's a very good answer. Thank you so much, Will, for joining me. And congratulations on your win today. But we are going to send it now over to the Bud Light breakdown. See ya.
Woo. Nice. Huge.
Yeah.
Ready to uprise.
I think that we'll be able to get it together. This has happened before on 100 Thieves. Pretty much every split, even back in 2018, where we generally have some slump, but in the past, we've always recovered really well and usually get a lot of wins after that. So things are probably gonna look up for us. So just gotta stay in good spirits, keep practicing hard, and see where it takes us.
So next week we play against, you know, my exes in TSM and CLG. So honestly, like we want to bring our best game, and we think that given our current like trajectory, that we feel pretty confident going into that week, and we think that we're gonna 2-0.
Sponsor animations. I think this space that they do the interviews in, this is so cool, man. So much more visually interesting than just like sticking them against a bare wall or something.
So
really neat. Cool video. Like I said, another team that just does it real well. Oh no, I went to the wrong thing. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Reveals Dream Overwatch League team. Huntsman Trials. Inverse Mango Trash Talk. 9 minutes. What is this? Barcelona and their daughter. The Octagon Face-Off. This is from the Golden Guardians channel. What other stuff was on Zane's channel?
On June 20th, 2020, on Twitch.tv, hosted by the Golden Guardians, the world of Super Smash Bros. Melee will witness one of the fastest rising players in its history face off against the greatest of all time. Golden Guardian Zane will face off against Cloud9's Mango. But first, they face off. Right here, right now. Let's jump right into it. Zane, I believe you've brought something to show us?
That's right. Can we play the clip?
Mango with all the state presence. Zane, no job.
Wins the Big House 9 from a Zane who looked untouchable on the winner's side.
After 14 agonizing seconds, he comes back and hugs me, patting me on the back 6 times. Here, watch that again in slow-mo. 6. Now watch that again. 6. Now watch it a third time. 6, 6, 6? The mark of the beast? I put all these messages into Morse code. Wait, no, okay. Zane code. And you know what I got? Hen heart. Hen heart. Hen heart. Hen heart. Care to explain, Mango?
Zane, I don't know what the fuck. What are you talking about?
You think I'm a hen heart. It's all spelled out. Right there.
I don't know what the fuck that is, dude.
I have the heart of a hen. Like a chicken. Chicken. You're saying I have a chicken heart.
I'm saying you have a chicken heart?
So you admit it.
Wow, choice words from Mango. Zane, clearly you're upset. Do you have something to say back?
Yeah, Mango, if I'm a hen heart, you look like a homeless baby.
The fuck?
Mango, any return?
You're a dumbass.
You look like if Jesus turned all the water into wine, but then he drank all of it.
You're a chump.
If Lucky was a Russian nesting doll, you look like you jump right out of him.
You leave Joey the fuck out of this, bro.
Your Falco is lame.
You're one to talk.
All right, folks, it looks like we've got a match.
Dude, they do comedy really effectively. It's so good. Holy shit. And they've set it up like that is from a previous video that Zane did for Inside Zane's Brain.
Mango, you've taken a lot of punches from Zane here today. Do you have anything to say in return?
Zane's a piece of shit.
Huh?
You're less famous than that other Zane from One Direction.
I'd like to see him pivot.
Your hands are so soft from all that life of privilege. Your beard looks like it's a Snapchat filter.
My hands are soft because I moisturize.
You're weak. You have the arms of a premature baby. You would lose an arm wrestling match to an amputee.
I'm working on them.
What happened to baby face, Zane, bro? Your facial hair looks like you got it from Party City. You look like a 6th grader who got trapped on a desert island. Your beard looks like you tripped into a pile of cube shavings.
It's real. I'm just Pakistani.
The way you play like you're running from something. You dash dance like you have daddy issues. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro?
Holy shit.
Now it's time for a little segment I like to call Zane provides receipts of Mango's mistreatment of Zane. Corner.
That's a stupid name.
Exhibit A. Mango ruthlessly targets a friend for beating him in tournament.
You know that was taken out of context.
Exhibit B. Zane confides in Mango that he tells people that he wears medium, even though he actually wears a small. What does Mango do immediately after? He tells Hungrybots, and they collude to make Zane feel bad.
In my defense, I just, I thought it was funny.
Exhibit C. Zane and Mango go to Disneyland. They ride Splash Mountain, and Mango...
There could not be a more perfect person for something like this than Mango. Like, he's just the perfect personality for something like this. They wrote this around Mango so well.
Mango splashes water onto Zane's shorts, right on the crotch. Everybody thinks that Zane pisses his pants, and Mango refuses to vouch for Zane. Ha ha ha, says Mango. Tee hee, Mango chortles. Then he goes on Twitter and says, fuck Zane.
Whoa. I didn't splash water on your crotch. It was pee.
Exhibit D. Zane and Mango get food after bracket. Mango says he's not hungry, but then he eats like half of Zane's onion rings and does not offer to Venmo. Afterwards, Zane goes back to his hotel room and Mango goes out drinking without inviting Zane. Zane awakens the next day to a drunken voicemail.
What's up, Lauren? I'm good. I just got back, drinking with the boys, and it was fun for the most part. Like, even H-Box was being cool for some reason, but fucking Zane was just killing my vibe, man. I don't know. I don't know. We had some burgers, and it was fun. Anyways, good night.
So dumb.
You're a dead man, Mango.
Holy shit, I can't watch all this. There's no way. That's really funny, though. It's definitely a watcher. For sure. Outlaws comes. Stuff. Cribs from Optic Gaming. Why is this lasting so long?
Yo, what's good, guys?
Why did they start all the way at the other end of the hall? Why doesn't it just start here?
It's your boy Kenny from Optic Gaming.
Or do like B-roll of the outside or something like
Welcome
what?
to my crib.
These cuts should be faster, man. Like, this is a transition period, so you make these cuts quick. It's like a preface to what you're gonna see. You don't need to show like every detail of everything for a long time. It's just to draw attention. This is really weird. I get what they're going for, like this sort of like 3D blueprint deal. It's just really kind of off-putting.
All right, now that we're in the crib, I'm gonna show you guys my kitchen. So let's start off with the fridge. So in my fridge, we always keep it stacked up because I like to eat. Love to eat. You know, you gotta keep the Lunchables. You gotta keep some Lunchables on because you never know when mid-game you might have to grab a snack, you know, a quick little snacky. I mean, I keep all my fruits. I don't really eat watermelon, so this is really my girlfriend's. I hate the smell of it. You always gotta keep the cookies. Love me some cookies. I don't really make them. My girl makes them for me.
Why does he shrug so much?
But hey, love me some cookies. Bang. So if we move over here, you know, you gotta keep some limes. Having a Hispanic girlfriend, she loves her limes, so I mean, we use them for everything, whether that be guac, you know, tacos, you know, little Coronas for her. And yeah. Also for my people that have their own crib or anything like that, you always gotta have the crib smelling good, always. So me and my girl, we always have a candle lit, especially on the front counter in the middle of the kitchen. Gotta have the whole vibes rolling. Also for my gamers, light a candle on your desk. Trust me, the vibes will be rolling, and you'll just play better. It's like a thing, I don't know. It's a thing for me, maybe it'll work for you.
This is super awkward. It's really dragging really hard, and it's just, I don't want to say cringe. It's not cringe, but it's definitely awkward.
Try it out. Either way, that's my kitchen. I mean, it's kind of simple, but it works for me.
Why is the music so low still?
Bang. So if you take 10
And those were the same shots that they showed before they went to the kitchen.
steps out of the kitchen, you'll make your
Like this, use those moments, use those transition shots to pump energy back in if you're losing it, you know, so you can get to the next scene and you're sort of like, it feels active, but those took away energy. You lost energy on that transition rather than gaining it.
your way into my living room.
So this is so long, 8 minutes. Holy jeebus.
Really nice to me. And like the material of the shirt is like more like a jersey type shirt. But it's one of my nicer shirts. I think I've only worn it like once for like a photo shoot. This hoodie was so clean to me. It has like the softest material on it. Let me put this down. It has the softest material on it. It's Supreme. And this burgundy is just really nice. I've worn this like once also, just because I'm a gamer. I barely go outside, so I barely need anything to dress for. But I mean, I'm usually just in shorts and a random t-shirt. All right, so I've showed you my kitchen, I've showed you my living room, I've showed you my bedroom, my bathroom, and my closet. Now it's time for you to get the hell out. I gotta stream. Gotta get these gaming hours in.
This is the worst acting I've ever seen. And I watched that other video, Scuff controller video. Must be these Call of Duty dudes.
And so, actually, hold up. I forgot to show you the surprise. Victoria, where's Kenobi?
Yo, why is this
Victoria!
so forced?
Here's the surprise. It's my baby dog. Look at him. He's so cute. Say hi to the camera. Oh, he's shy. He's really shy. But it's my baby, and he's a surprise. He's the most special thing in this house right now.
Okay. Oh. Hot takes. Oh, chaos cheating accusations. Gotta love that video. 131K views. That's that good shit. That's definitely a watch. What is this? Hot takes. What the hell?
Whenever you're ready to go.
Is it frozen?
Okay, cool.
Is that really the intro? Alright, yeah. This is a hard no. Starting off your video with a graphic that doesn't move is like, oh man, this is really unfortunate. Like, this is not it. So I bet so many people clicked off this video thinking it wasn't working. So many people. Like, I've talked about how you have to keep people's attention at the beginning. A graphic is the exact opposite of that. This is so unfortunate.
Whenever you're ready to go.
Okay, cool. Chengdu and London, if in the NA region, would be middle of the pack and are better than a good bit of North American teams. I'd give this honestly like a 3 out of 10. I don't think that's much of a hot take. I think like.
So it's just rating how hot the takes are?
Well.
Okay.
Teams.
I don't hate this idea.
The amount of like teams, I guess. It's like.
The stream. Let's run it down. More G2 League content?
Welcome to the 7th Run It Down. If we're not running it down, then it's not G2. Today, I'm here
it's a podcast.
with Mop.
Got it. TSM, when will we start smurfing? Alright, so this is TSM's weekly content video. So this is another team I was talking about. Liquid, 100 Thieves, TSM, they're kind of the ones. And I want to say the TSM series was the first one. I think. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But I believe this is their video for the week, their league video. You can tag people in titles? Wild. I didn't know that. That's nuts. You learn something new every day. You can tag people in titles. Huh. I think it's because he's the jungler, get it? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, like, there wasn't anything, like, super crazy about that intro. It was a nice intro. I like it. Enjoy it. 14 trajectory.
I just want to say, guys, that we're a stage team.
Guys? True.
We're a stage team, and
Oliver?
before I won every finals, I had a 20% rate in scrims.
What's our win rate in scrims? Like 5%?
This week we don't need to talk about it, but
We improved a lot this week.
Our win rate this week was around 20% as well.
Can someone run the math?
As you guys know, we're scrimming in the new facility, but we had to scrim from home a couple days and even play LCS because they had to work on the AC. It was definitely a lot more different to play again from home when you were able to play with the team. Honestly, I think scrimming has not been the best. We have been losing a lot of games, but from week to week, I think practice is getting better. People are getting more on the same page. There's always going to be 5 people who have opinions, right? There always has to be 1 or 2 guys that have to sacrifice the way they want to play the game because they see the game differently. It doesn't really matter as long as you find an agreement of how you want to play. And I don't think we reached that kind of thing last split. I think we are getting there slowly. Yeah, it looks quite a lot.
His interviews look nice. The footage is good. I think pacing-wise, his videos are pretty good too. Yeah, no real issues yet. I mean, none of these videos are gonna have like obvious issues.
I'm gonna match no flash with him, so he
You know, TSM and Liquid have been making essentially these exact videos for years, so there's not going to be any huge mistakes in them or anything. Like they're going to be pretty well figured out.
we should kill him.
I think communication structure flows pretty naturally. It's not really a part of the game that I would say like we're missing some voice. Peter has a good voice when it comes to late game where like we have to make split-second decisions. He's really good at making a decisive call. Other than that, I think Ming's really good at talking about what we want to do early game, his pathing, and then forming plans around that.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely in the beginning of the scrim, it was kind of rough. Like I wasn't playing super well, but I think as time goes on, like
Maybe it drags a little bit, like just like mixing some other things in. Looks like we're going to get some like conferencing stuff here in a second.
Or whatever objectives we're going for. So I think, you know, as I play more, I'm just like slowly getting better. Like I'm just
shot seems a little dark.
Improving. I think it's going great.
Nidalee would be a broken champ if the spear was any faster.
No.
No, it would not.
What do you mean? I mean, I'm already used to current Nidalee speed or spear speed, so if they made it faster, I might miss a few spears. Like, you know, when they're walking a fog, they don't see you, right? You should just calculate the, you know, trajectory geometry shit, you know, like
the trajectory geometry shit.
Yeah, like the A square plus B square equals C square, and then you just like hit it right there. But if they change the formulation, I might miss. So I might actually have a lower win rate when playing Nidalee.
You're gonna have to redo your math.
Yeah. So
If you go to esports college, that's what they teach you in math class.
Yeah. The travel speed of Nidalee spears.
That's cool.
Nice.
I think people
I'll
sit here. I'll sit on our
Join
round.
the fight with my ult. If you guys see an angle, we'll just go.
Yep.
Yeah, it mixes a little off. They're also integrating comms into these videos, which is cool. So when they're showing the gameplay stuff, it looks like they're mostly doing comms.
I'm starting it.
They see us starting it potentially.
Yeah.
They had a
let's
warded
get
dot.
vision.
Yo, look at these two. Look at these two.
Now.
I'm ulting.
Coming. Nice. I'm gonna.
Look at TP. Look at TP.
I'm here.
He has flash, I think.
I have fear in 2 seconds.
it's
Just go back Baron. Go back to Baron. Go back to Baron.
Yeah. It was so good that we went for a lot of things that we did in game. I'm actually not particularly worried at all from that one game. I think we'll have like a way better game plan going into this upcoming week, and I'm not phased at it. It's
Yeah, it seems a little dry.
I can't, man.
But I think a lot of that probably comes from not playing in person. Like not having like the crowd and everything to go off of, all the interactions and stuff that you have between the players when they're in person. Having them playing in different spots makes these videos so much more difficult because so much of it is based on those interactions. But you work with what you can. Also, there was like a couple of videos I wanted to talk about, and I don't see either of them here. After Effects stuff from Team Vitality is confusing. Highlights. Alright, how come I didn't see... Oh my god, I'm not subscribed. What the heck? How did I get unsubscribed to these channels? I'm subscribed to C9, right? Weird. Huh. Probably not subscribed to the Valorant channel then either. I'm subscribed on my other account. But this account, I guess I'm not. So, the C9 video, the CSGO video, it's really interesting. Because, if you know who these people are, Call Me Carson and Schlatt are in this video, which are like huge name creators on YouTube. Like very, very big creators. And C9 has them in their video, which is very interesting.
Awesome.
But this is C9's Counter-Strike channel. They have a separate channel for Counter-Strike specifically that's been... They've done a really good job with. They created it fairly recently, and they've grown it really, really quickly. They're going to play 2v2 gunfight on the Bikini Bottom map. So it's going to be Call Me Carson and Sonic versus Schlatt and Freakazoid.
Hey, stop, man. At least I'm not a professional gamer. Eat my ass.
You literally
Winning.
sound like Shroud, dude.
And I play like Shroud too, so look out.
Like these are all, this is like very on brand, this text and everything. Super on brand. I've already watched this video, by the way, so I'm going to skip through it a little bit. I already know what I'm going to talk about for the most part.
Hey guys, welcome back for another week of content. Joined by special guests Slap, Call Me Carson,
So who made
and
this map?
Ryan.
This map is so genius. I love these frames too. These frames will come in throughout. It's just like good like consistent branding throughout the video. Fitting the SpongeBob theme.
Freakazoid. Today we're going to be doing some 2v2 and I got Carson.
And again, just explaining the video at the front end just helps people understand what they're about to watch, keeps them engaged.
My team got to carry this fucking noob, so enjoy.
My thoughts heading into the first map with
and they
Schlatt
interview each
Freakazoid.
person too.
I'm thinking
which is very
that
smart.
they're gonna be pretty weak. I know Schlatt. I've watched Freakazoid. I've watched him play, and overall, just not impressive. Not impressive. I'll have you know I'm a Silver Elite Master, and I'm better than the pros.
Cool. Left. Nice.
Dude, he's nuts.
Carson actually is really good in this. Carson destroys people in this, which is hilarious.
You're just baiting. This guy's
He's actually the
baiting
best
utility.
player on the field in this video.
Not liking this, man.
That's
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
But yeah, mostly what's interesting about this video is just C9's ability to get Schlatt and Carson involved. They're both part of lunchtime something, lunch reviewed something, lunchtime dudes, lunch. What is that group called? Lunchtime review? Is that it? Nope. Lunch something. Lunch Club. There it is. So they're both part of Lunch Club along with a bunch of other creators. So maybe C9's working with Lunch Club on some stuff. I don't know, pretty interesting. Very cool to see those guys being involved in the content. And Freakazoid gets domed so many times in this video. It's kind of cathartic because he said some dumb shit on Twitter today. So it was fun to watch him get destroyed by Carson. But yeah, really cool video, really cool map. The editing's great, the pacing's really cool. Seeing all their different perspectives and everything. And obviously, at least 2 of the 4 guys are entertainers. They know how to keep things interesting. They know that they need to talk a lot, and so that helps a lot. Obviously, you know, and we mentioned it with Jat earlier with Team Liquid and stuff, like having these people just makes everything so much more entertaining, makes the pacing so much better. Really improves the video. So I could just click subscriptions. Oh, the other thing we were going to talk about was 100 Thieves, and I don't know how I didn't run across this video. Their Valorant announcement, maybe it's not on YouTube. That'd be unfortunate. Huh. 100 Thieves Valorant team announcement is not on YouTube. That's confusing. See if I can find it. Valorant announcement? Valorant announcement? Hello? Valorant announcement? Here it is. Alright. So, maybe we should pull up the other one first, which I think is a YouTube video. So this is their second Valorant announcement. Their first one was where they introduced Hiko, which is this video. And I want to kind of compare and contrast these videos because it's pretty interesting and it seems obvious what I'm about to talk about, but I see a lot of people mess this up. So when you're doing announcements like this, you need to think about what this player brings to your team. Like with Hiko, Hiko is a big name in and of itself. So, and he's obviously the first player. So the video starts with Nadeshot talking about Valorant, and then it goes into Hiko talking a lot about himself and his past and who he is. And that's because Hiko is very personality based. He has a large following, so you can do something like this.
We want to win a North American.
And it is partially gameplay based too. Like, you know, it is like introducing Hiko and then shows a bunch of highlights.
Counter-Strike back.
But it's also largely just about Hiko as a person and what he's bringing as a team to the team. So then you have this announcement, which is the 4 other players for 100 Thieves. And it's 4 dudes who are significantly less recognizable than Hiko. They're professional PUBG players who, you know, in their own right are decently popular, but not at all the level that Hiko is. And so for this announcement, it's completely gameplay based. It's all about these guys can shoot domes. That's all what this video is about. Because that's what they're bringing to the table right now. And that's important to remember when you're making videos like this is if you interviewed these guys and they were just talking about themselves, people wouldn't care as much. And that's not to say that that sounds not great, but it's true. Like Hiko, people want to hear what Hiko has to say, but these other guys, they just want to see him play. And so that's what this video does. It just shows, hey, these guys can click heads and we're going to do well.
Do you know my name? Do you know my name? Yeah. Hey. My name is Notorious.
It got kind of weird with the sync, the audio and the sync, with the music. It felt like we lost the beat for a second because of where the gunshots were coming in. They weren't following on the beat.
Infamous, wanted man, dangerous.
One more you all. Dead. One dead. One's on site. One's on site.
Hey. I'm the lightning, I'm the thunder, I'm the rain.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pure montage. This is a montage. And that's smart.
I'm a lion, I'm a hunter, eyes on the prey. I'm the shadow, I'm the
I like the tiger roar.
Now do you know my name? Heads up. Yeah. You know. Let's go. Do you know my name? Going up. My name is Fire. Fury. Power. My name is.
You're so good.
Legend. Legend.
And then at the end it shows a picture with their names and stuff, but other than that, I mean, nothing in this video is about these dudes as people. It's all about who these guys are in game. Yeah, that was a smart approach. And I guess the last thing we can talk about, since most everybody's probably left anyway, is this weird thing going on with Dr. Disrespect. I guess I just want to talk about it briefly, just because it's just like mind-blowing to me. So there's speculation that Spotify is going to start a streaming company with Google, and that's supposed to be announced tomorrow, potentially. It seems like something is being announced tomorrow, and nobody's quite sure what it is, but a lot of different people are hinting that it's a very big announcement, like maybe something like a new platform. But who knows? Now this name is codename Brime, so maybe Brime's not even the actual name. We don't have a site yet. So Brime got brought up because it's following, not being followed, this is important, it's following some notable streamers, one of them being Dr. Disrespect. If you haven't followed, Dr. Disrespect was terminated from his Twitch contract. His subs were refunded. It's pretty out of the ordinary. This stuff doesn't happen very often. He was permanently banned from the platform. And it's not clear why. There's clips of the end of his stream where it seems like he knows that that's about to be his last stream on Twitch. Because he seems very uncomfortable and like he's panicking almost. And he's also ranting about David Icke, which is really confusing. If you don't know who David Icke is, he's like a big name conspiracy theory guy. So that was weird. But Brime is just so confused. Like, this has to be a troll. Because it's such a weird thing. If you go all the way down, it was created, like, by the way, less than a week ago. And this Mixer Magic guy who seems to be the person running it used to do stuff with Mixer, I guess. Was not a Mixer staff, just a user. I don't know why this guy's reputable. But he sort of heavily implies that John Krasinski is involved in this. So I still have magic up my sleeve. We'll be all together again soon. This isn't over with the help of this industry. It's only a new start. And talks about all these different things it's going to offer, including no exclusivity. This weird thing about an API. But because it's following some of these streamers, people who drop from Mixer like Ninja and Shroud, and Ewok, Dr. Lupo, who I think just signed with Twitch not all that long ago. Which is confusing because Dr. Disrespect signed with Twitch not all that long ago, so I don't know what's going on there. It was following John Krasinski, notably, is not following him anymore. Castro as well is a very big name. Interesting that he's on there. Break, I don't know who this is, but he's apparently part of TSM. And then follows a few other people, Twitch partners, Twitter Gaming, Twitter. This seems really odd. The idea that Brime is Spotify is weird. I think Brime is a troll thing. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The fact that it's codename Brime would make more sense because we know they don't own Brime.com or Brime.tv or anything like that. They apparently have WatchBrime.com, but that's it. So this is all very confusing. Also, the other thing that I'm not seeing talked about that much is like, why would Google create a streaming platform with Spotify when Google already has a streaming platform in YouTube gaming? Google's already in the game. Like, why would they create another platform when they're already struggling to get any sort of traction with the one they already have? It's really confusing. But it seems like we're going to get news tomorrow of something. Who knows what it's going to be, but we'll find something out. But other than that, I'll leave it there. So, guys, especially after this week, please be nice to each other. Stay safe. Make good decisions. And especially be nice to each other. Like, holy crap, man. There's been so much negativity this week. And some of it rightly so. A lot of it rightly so. But yeah, just be nicer to people. That's all I got. Later, guys.